All right, everyone. Let's get into this market report for this week. It's almost the end of February. I can't believe we're almost there. But I hope you guys do enjoy this comic book market report. We went live last week. Pretty fun show. We had a lot to talk about within 45 minutes, which was crazy. But nonetheless, we'll hope to see you guys in the next one next month. We'll try to do some live streams more often, but it will be kind of spotty, hopefully between Tuesday and Thursday. But I will keep doing these comic book market reports, the magazine ones, the video game ones. As long as you guys hit that like button, subscribe, tell all your friends about it, and let's get into it. Got about 10 comic books for you this week. A lot of random ones that I haven't thought about in a long time, and some new ones, and some ones that have actually held pretty good prices ever since they were bought. So let's kick it off with the first book. So a new one for you guys, Marvel Rivals number, I don't know the number on this, but it's a 1 in 100. But this has been a hot book for the past couple weeks on several top 10 CBSI. I think Mercenaut talked about this book, and some other people just posted about this. It's a 1 in 100, obviously, 155 this past week, a 559.8 pre-sale. Insane. The Marvel Rivals game, I heard some weird, crazy stuff that they laid off the whole entire crew this week, which is nuts to me. I don't know. I guess federal workers aren't the only one that ones are getting laid off. But yeah, 550 for a 98 pre-sale of this Marvel Rivals game. I think it's pretty cool that the hobby has had an introduction of new hobbyists come into it because of Jeff the Landshark. This is Peach Momoko. Just more knowledge. Knowledge is power. So on to the next one. Pop Kills number 4, the Adam Hughes variant. Now, this book was reprinted. We talked about it in the old Discord a long time ago. You could have bought multiple copies of that second print for like $100. I remember selling a few for like 200, and the 90s were selling for like 4. That was a nice little flip. But the second print number 1 Pop Kills has kind of gone down quite a bit, but this one has kept its value. Raw went for $800, and that was the only sale I could find. I couldn't see any specific 9.8 sales for this book just because no one is selling this book. This is a book that I feel like people are putting in their collections, getting it graded, maybe waiting for Adam Hughes or whoever the hell drew this book, to come through and sign this book. But yeah, it's held the value, and whoever held this throughout the kind of the Kickstarter, congrats, man. This is a modern classic grail, whatever you want to call it. And no one wants to sell this book, evidently. Kind of keeping on that theme, the ASM M&M edition. This is still super high, and I think that's pretty cool. I remember a lot of people when we were talking about this in our previous Discord. People were complaining about the way it was shipped, and so 9.8s are really hard to come by. What's crazy though is you get a UF4 first appearance for the same amount. I don't know, man. It's got to be supply and demand. This actual version was only a run of 2,000. There's a limited 1,000 print run that is black and white, and that recently sold for $650 raw. I remember someone in the Discord got like a 9.9 or a 9.8 out of it and sold for $5K. And I think the initial buy-in with these books was like $100 or $200 if that, but they went by quick. So this is one of those books that you just had to be on the lookout for it. Discord's out. That's what that's for. Link in the bio there. Oh, moving on really quick. So it's Sonic 98. I like the newsy in this book, but it's super hard to get in high grade. And 9.8 in general is hard to get in high grade. I bought this book for like $200. Got it pressed by myself. Got 9.4 out of it. And sold it for like $450. I want to say, and I think it was a newsy. I can't remember though. Anyway, 9.6 in the direct edition sold for $504. The 9.6 newsy though sold for $650, which I think potentially I bet that person is trying to get that CPR and resubmitted for a 9.8. I can't imagine the 9.8 going for less than $2,000. This is a first appearance, a later print, and a beloved, Shadow is a beloved enemy of Sonic, and Sonic is just one of the hottest brands or properties out there right now. So if you are on the hunt for Sonic 98, I think this is one of the best Sonic books to get, honestly. And a more recent one, Sonic number 70, the 1 in 10. Fedora called this out in our Discord podcast a long time ago, about a year ago, I want to say. It hasn't really gone up that much, but again, with Sonic IDW variants, they're kind of one of those buy a couple, just hold on to it. It may pop like 5 to 10 years from now. But $22.99 for a raw, which I thought was it's all right. I try, if I was trying to get this and hold it for the long term, I'd probably buy like 5 or 6 copies for like $50 and just hold on to it. Maybe get a couple graded and put it away for a very long time, but this is not a flip. This is definitely a long-term investment. I don't know how much money you're going to make off this. Maybe it's 10 times, maybe it's no times. But a great cover and first new suit, which I thought was really cool, and a nice call out by Fedora. Kind of going old school. I remember looking for this book when I was going around to 8 different comic book stores a day. Sunfire Big Hero 6, number 1. This is the first appearance of Big Hero 6. I love this cover. I think the art's great in this. It's very Joe Madeira style. Very hard to get 9.8. Had that flap kind of deal, which I think kind of hurts grading. $30 for a new raw. A 9.4 CGX sold for $75, and that was best offer. I'm assuming it's like 50. But I would try and get a newsstand of this and try and get a nice grade of this. But nonetheless, it's pretty cool. Again, it's a great character. It's a great comic book series. It's a mini series as well. So yeah, good luck and try hunt for this bad boy. Going old school, Gargoyles number 1 from the mid 90s series. I know they revamped this in like many different versions. $14.99 for a raw newsstand. I thought that was a missed sale. I don't know if that was like on a Tuesday or like an off day, but the directs are ranging from $19.99 to $30, which I thought was kind of odd. 9.8s go for around $100 solid. You can maybe find one for like $70 on a good day, but this definitely tugs on my heartstrings. I think this is like one of my, I was thinking about it. This was like one of my favorite cartoons when I was growing up, but I didn't realize how much I liked it. Just a great property, and it's a pretty cool cover for back of the day. Daredevil number 9. I don't know if you call this failed spec. Maybe this is like come back from the ashes or just completionist spec. $17.50 for a near mint copy of this. This is really tough to get in high grade as well, but it's Echo, first appearance of Echo in Daredevil 9. It's not the perfect first appearance. I know that, so that might be hurting this a little bit. But I thought the Echo show was okay. It just didn't get the publicity. I think I think people were just kind of over Marvel at that point. But I thought it was a really cool like writing, and I'm not really into like what I mean by that is like I don't know a lot about Native American like folklore or shows, but I've been watching a lot more Native American kind of background with just some new shows in the genre. It's really cool stuff. It's very interesting to me. It's a little mythical, but I just love the culture, and I can really appreciate the storytelling. It's very new to me, and that's refreshing. So try and give Echo a series a shot. It's not great, but it's a pretty good show, and it shows a different side of Kingpin that I think everyone's used to. Before I get into the next 2, I just want to say thanks everyone for your support on these shows. Hit that like button, subscribe, tell all your friends about this. We're at almost 900 subscribers. Probably won't ever get there, but we'll see. But yeah, I do appreciate everyone's support, and join the Discord. This is Beneath the Trees, where nobody sees. Fedora called this out when it was like $3.99, basically based off just the premise and actually reading the books. $300 for a 9.8 version. That was a 1 in 25 back in the day. I can't imagine there's a ton of those out there, but when this book got hot, there was so many different printings that I think for me, it just lost its luster. I wasn't really into the story personally, but I get the relatability. I get the kind of the spec hype for this. Came out about a year ago, which is crazy. I think this came out just like a few months ago, but I wouldn't buy the foil. I see a lot of foils out there for a 9.8, but I go for the 1 in 25 or just kind of the ratio variance. There's a 1 in 100 as well. And don't go for like too crazy of an amount. I don't know if this will ever get optioned. IDW is kind of a tough case as far as option is concerned, or optioning is concerned, but I thought this was a really cool. I thought this was a really cool series, and IDW, it's low print. It's got to be. And last but not least, another low print IDW book, Canto number 1. I remember when this book came out, there was, it was really tough to get this book for one, and it was really tough to get in high grade. This book came out. I never pressed a book prior to this, which I think is so funny. And I submitted it. I got a 9.4. Looking back on it, I probably should have cracked it open and learned how to press stuff or send off to somebody to get pressed. But I just really didn't have a concept of it. And it was so early in the pandemic that, things were just moving so quickly. But this book definitely brings some good memories from the pandemic. $320 for a 9.8. I don't know if Will Smith's ever going to get this to the big screen, but it's been rumored for a very long time ever since this came out. I mean, that's COVID, right? $250, I think it's a solid price for a 9.8 if you're trying to buy this and spec on it. But again, it's a great story. I don't know if it's going to have any legs, but it's not a bad story. It's not a bad comic. And that is your list for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed the list. Hit that like button for me, subscribe. leave some comments in the section or the comment section below. I always try to respond to everybody's comments, but hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll see you tomorrow with a video game market report. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time.